Yes, respected friends, sadhakas, shrotas, welcome you all. Gratitudes and congratulations. Remember all the six sources of blessings whom we are invoking through our studies and other sadhanas. The Brahma Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Jaganmatru Tattva, Guru Gana, Devata Gana, Shruti Gana. Remember also, we have to strengthen our these petals of Vyaktitva, blossom these petals of Vyaktitva knowingly, consciously. Lokasevaka, Dharmasthavaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, Gambhira, Samskrita, Bhasha, Jnata, Guru Upasaka, Daiva Upasaka, Mananakarta, Chintanakarta, Anubhavi. All these 19 Vyaktitvas, and then Adhyatmika Pracharakarta, once we enter into that experience, makes it 20 types of Vyaktitvas. So there is something substantial in front of us to work towards if we remember these to be our goals. Any other such needed Vyaktitvas also we can note down. What is required is, are we consciously putting the efforts towards that or not? Friends, spend some time in the study of Shastras every day is one of the beautiful way to keep in touch with the truth reality. That's why we are here to do a study of some Shastras of morning, afternoon and evening. The first one we'll do now is the Shwethashwathara Upanishad, the ninth in the sequence of the Upanishads. A beautiful second chapter we are seeing. Pranayama, all its exhaustive details are seen. Now, in the one shloka, the sadhanas are told. Then, some simple looking but influential aspects that which place we have to select for sadhana, that also has an influence that will be told to us. And then, if we are really doing the yoga sadhana of yoking our faculties towards the self, what are the symbols or signs or symptoms which tell us that we are on the path? Such very good, important, required topics in this second chapter. Towards the end, we are guided in. So let us study them from the ninth mantra onwards. Now, before that, like every day, five aspects are Shanti Mantra Ucharana, which is our meditation come prayer. Common sense thought, which is just to make us think, to bring the thinker in us. Then we have our Prarthana Sankalpa, to commit and to know what we are here to do. Then the Veda Mantra Parayanam for Upanishad Mantra Parayanam for better tuning. Then the main thing of studying the Upanishad with Bhashyam. Start. ॐ तच्छम्यो रावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपदये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ तत्संयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ तत्संयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ तत्संयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ तत्संयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, in today's common sense thought, one or two things. The first one is observing what exactly continuously happening in our antakarana. What happens in our antakarana is what we are, is what we get. So, from the spiritual drishti, only we discuss, we study. No, are there always the disappointments, the dejections, the regrets, the guilts, and the demoralizations about our own selves for various reasons of not able to do dharma but doing adharma, not able to do the punya but doing the papa, not able to give up the world, the bhoga, the samsara, or not able to do the sadhanas. If that is happening, the regret and guilt, it is a better stage than doing all those things and justifying them and not caring them at all. That's total getting lost, where we are doing all of that and not even feeling bad for it. Better than that is this feeling. But then that also is pain causing all the time. So instead of maintaining that mood in our heart, consciously we have to shift or lift our mood to positive. In a sense, whatever we have done, the good sadhanas, good practices, let us remember them and then invoke the Purushartha doing individuality. Within us, we have to do that. So these are the things I could do. So I am able to do it. So therefore, that personality that I am not able to do good is slowly shifted to I have done some of the things. But again, that was not enough. That is very meager, minimum in terms of intensity in that doing, application in that doing. Therefore, anyway I could do it. What I have to do is do the things in a more planned manner, do the things in a more better manner, in a more systematic manner. Oh, ho. So I have to be more planned, more systematic in my every of the sadhana. So when I can live my worldly life with planning and system, proper system, why can't I do my sadhana also well planned, well systematic? Okay. And all these calls for the time. Acha, I am not giving exclusive qualitative time to clearly understand. That's what I am not clearly understanding. Therefore, I am not clearly, perfectly doing. Oh, this is where I have to rectify. I have to correct. So that means what? Every professional, before he goes to his professional work of that day, how he plans well regarding his instruments, regarding his schedule. And the one who is able to this way spend some time to plan well, to make his instruments everything ready, can do maximum things in a better manner. Even in the professions, if somebody is erratic, non planning, just involves in the things, he may be doing the things, but they are of no quality at all. There's no beauty of the performance. There are no expected good results that come. So in the profession also, a doctor, you say, he just at what time go to chamber, who are the inmate patients, which other patients, what is the season going on. So this may be the chance. So these 4 5 hours, these type of patients may come to have to treat them. See, the more he is well planned, well prepared, he is well performing. And that gives. First thing is, I have done and I have done well. That satisfaction, that joy is really incomparable with anything. It's so beautiful it is. What I have to do, I have done it and I have done it very well to the best of my present abilities. Abilities, perfections have no limit. Anyway, I'll increase my abilities. I'll try to do them more and more perfectly. वो तो चलता रहेगा. But right now, at this moment, I am full, brimful, contented because I have done well. है ना? When one operation is done by that doctor, सुबह सुबह, he is fulfilled. आराम से बैठ के have that coffee. Or some are there 3 4 5 surgeries they do. छोटे छोटे वाले 20 मिनट आधे घंटे का है to the cataracts or whatever. You know, like we do so many classes per day, they go on doing that. So the first thing is that thing in us. Okay, let me plan one by one my sadhanas. Give time, like professional examples we gave. When they give time and plan well and accordingly single pointedly execute, they are achieving. So we also have to give time and plan well for the entire life, for the entire year, for the day. So half an hour, 1 hour, half an hour, this sadhana, this way it has to be done. So let me try now. You know, everything gives success, joy when it is done professionally. Even the cooking also, when systematically, professionally done, that is the right utilization of the intellect. Then that systematically done thing always gives better result. Things can be done erratically also. है ना? If you want to make any vegetable, कुछ भी डालो नमक में, वो बनता है वो, देखो वो बनना है, but there is no perfection or joy in it. When every vegetable is cut well, kept there, one by one added properly. See, the joy in performance is always more better than the joy in the result. Because the result will be done coming to us even though others do. Outer things we are talking about. Somebody may cook a good vegetable and give us. खाओ उसका आनंद है ही बट खुद बनाओ तो और भी मजा आता है इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी दूसरे बना के दे हमको एंड वी विल सिट एंड ईट दैट्स नॉट पॉसिबल हियर वी ओनली हाउ टू कुक So, in this way, giving time, thinking about where we are going wrong, then setting right those things, then nicely planning, then one by one executing those plannings and mastering the things. Focus on that. Every professional, whoever is reaching the highest successes and rate, they all are doing this only. कभी कभी लगता है वो लोग जो इतना परफेक्टली कर रहे हैं, if they come to spirituality, how quickly and perfectly they grow and evolve. मजा आता है वो देखकर, how professional they are. The sports people, the business people, they how many are there in the world? कितना बढ़िया है. बस काश उनको लक्ष्य परमात्मा का मिल जाए, they will be तो पहुंच ही जाएंगे वो. To pray for them. Sometimes the thought comes. And the other dangerous thought is what? Thank God we are not into the worldly professions. With these irregularities, indisciplines, wherever we are, we will destroy that. अच्छा हो गया भगवान ने दुनिया को हमसे बचाया, हमें यहाँ धक्का देकर. बिकॉज इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी, इफ यू डोंट डू, नोबडी इज एट लॉस, ओनली वी आर एट लॉस. बट इन द वर्ल्ड ऐसा नहीं होता. If our duties we don't do, it affects so much. है ना, the whole world is gets affected, the others get affected. नहीं है स्पिरिचुअल तो भगवान ने कहा तू कर ना कर, मर या न मर, स्पिरिचुअल में बैठ जा. आई विल नॉट पुट यू इन द वर्ल्ड, यू आर लेजी. Just like that. So the first thing is this one, the mood of the mind. It's not doing sadhana and feeling regretted and guilty. So, from that standpoint, it should do sadhana and feel self respect and get inspired to do more and more deeply. For that, the proper planning, elimination of whatever the weaknesses are there. Oh, they are plenty, you have to name them. जो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होता है, डर लगता है ना, ये कुछ कुछ चीजें है ना, उसको साइड पे रखकर प्लंज इनटू एक्शन. One of the thing is plunge into action, then confidence comes. Sometimes confidence hai so we can take initiative. In some cases, take initiative, it gives confidence. So I am to doing this. Taking initiative, studying and talking shastras, it's giving confidence. पहले पूरा confidence आ जाए, then मैं करूँगा. Some people are of that type also, whichever suits to whomever. So the first thought is the negative pessimism say positive optimism. Non-performing and feeling regret and guilty say performing and feeling that joy of doing. From that, drawing the inspiration and enhancing its sadhana. For that, look up to some greater higher ideals, people who are really doing, who are really achieving. ये एक बात है आज का सुबह सुबह. Then the second point is what? Key, please remember that we are studying the Upanishads. We are studying the Brahma Vidya. We are studying about the Ekameva Advaya Brahma Nehana Nasti Kinchan. Please remember that there cannot be the goal higher and greater than this. Reaching when it's okay, it will anyway a different topic altogether. But ascertaining ourselves, making it very clear in our hearts that for a jiva to evolve, the highest thing he has to achieve is the substratum, the Brahmasthiti. We are based. Why this thought is important is from within or outside, something else may pop up and it may make us take that as goal and we may get distracted. फिर again we'll go back into the same samsara. है ना? It's the spiritual truth. 1,00,000 attempts किया है, फिर भी नहीं मिला, फिर भी यही attempt कर, because this is ultimate. The other worldly things, just because they come quickly to us, the results are quick and the experiences are very tangible or very practical, very solid or gross. Therefore, let me go for them. You know, in the Manushya Loka, karma phala comes very quickly. That's why the mind overpowers us to go for them sentimentally, emotionally कि चलो मिल जाता है जल्दी करें उसके लिए जाए. Intellect should come and say, yeah, when we do these worldly things, the worldly results will come. But they go back also as soon as they come, go away also. They are very perishable. We want the imperishable, immutable, eternal. So that's only in Paramatma Prapti. Therefore, the trick of the mind of distracting us from the spiritual truth sadhana into the worldliness. We have to recognize it and see that whatever small, big efforts we are putting for the worldly gains, let us put all of them for this one. For example, yes, it is lot of upasana we have to do to the Lord Ishtadevata for Him to bless us, no doubt. Therefore, should we give up and hold on to worshipping some worldly human being from whom the results come very quickly to us, the worldly natured results? Or because we have to court the Lord for a long time, more intensely, then only He will bless us. Therefore, whatever little usage of my abilities I am doing in courting the people of the world, shall I use that also for the God? सोच लो थोड़ा. जल्दी मिलता है दुनिया में. एग्जाम्पल भक्ति प्रेम की बात कह रहे. वन एग्जाम्पल. How much bhakti we have to do for how long for us to be blessed by the Lord? Very much. Therefore, I can't do it. I leave it. Instead of that, मैं सब ऐरे गहरे को मैं पकड़ूंगा. They will give some small results. Shall I go for it? That's the meaning of और देवता चित्त न धरई हनुमत से. But the Hanumata Sei takes lot of time. But the result is what? Sarva Sukha Karai. Sarva is Parabrahma. Brahma Sukha will come to us. In this way, we have to help ourselves. So, the second point of the day is what? Any day, Brahma Prapti is the ultimate Lakshya. So, that is what is my Lakshya. That's what is my Lakshya. I have to reach to that state. ये thought को repeatedly कहते हुए हमें अपने आप को strengthen करना. And any temptations come from outside, thoughts come from inside. No, that's not my goal. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. This is my goal. This is my goal. We have to keep on. Isn't it that the health seeking patient, let us say diabetes, so that I will not eat, that I should not eat. He is very strict. No, 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 I don't want to suffer. This is okay for me. I'll take it. वो जाएगा नहीं वो फ्री में दे दो आप कुछ भी करो नमस्ते विल से एक केयरलेस फेलो से टेक है ईट और क्या है खा खा के मरेंगे आने दो डिसीज so then he is careless. He really eats also, gets disease also, suffers also. In that person, there is not even discipline. What to talk about spirituality? आपने शरीर को रक्षा करने का डिसिप्लिन जिसमें नहीं है, that fellow to imagine about the truth and reality, it is impossible because that needs for more higher, deeper, greater qualifications, more greater sacrifices. But the other fellow, no means no. How wonderful it is. In the same way, I am not going to change my goal from the Paramatma Tattva to the anything of the world. Rather, I will intensify this as goal. I will create that restlessness in me. I will create that urgency sense in me. इस तरह से तैयार करना है. Remember, life is every moment. Therefore, spiritual life should be every moment. Nirantar, right now, keep on happening. Because if you don't do spirituality any moment, something else we do. And that's very powerful. It makes us forget this goal. It takes us away. वही तो हो रहा है हमको. दिन भर क्या हो रहा है? Why we are not remembering Paramatma? Because something else is pulling us away. That is every moment, every moment. That is why it is so tough. If you really want to focus every moment on the Lord, then from everything else we have to withdraw. वही हम तैयार नहीं है. हमारा प्रॉब्लम क्या है? हमको ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए. अब तो होता नहीं. Because both of them are दूरमेते विपरीते विशोची. अविद्याया च विद्येति ज्ञाता. दूर में है वो दोनों. Right? Second thought is, this is the greatest goal, the Paramatma Prapti. There cannot be anything greater than that. Therefore, don't compromise with this as goal. Don't get lost in anything else as the goal. है ना? उससे कितने फायदे देखो. If worldly thing is not my goal, I will not pursue it. भोग अगर गोल है ना, तो फिर भोग के लिए जो चाहिए उसी को पाने में हम लगे रहते. I want to be satisfied with my food. Then your whole mind is always on the food. You get also satisfaction, but that is temporary. I want to be satisfied with my nidra. I want to be satisfied with my friends and relatives. If that's the goal, then you keep on planning, thinking, doing that all. And people, some of them, proclaim also, celebrate also, and they even feel proud of it. Dekha, wonderfully, I enjoyed my life of eating food. I could digest well. I did all the things required. I'm fully happy. Or others say that, Dekha, I really enjoyed my taking rest. Somebody say, I really enjoyed my life throughout. Always had wonderful friend circle around. घूमते हैं, फिरते हैं, बैठते हैं, खाते हैं, बातें बातें करते हैं. There are people who are really doing these things consciously. They enjoy. But all of them are not about the ultimate truth. And that's why they're not so great. The point is, they're so great and matured in successfully achieving these things. But they're most immature that they didn't understand that they are permanent. नहीं है, they are temporary. They are not worthy. दोनों होते हैं ना. लक्ष्य को बनाने में मैच्योरिटी होती है, उसको पाने में भी मैच्योरिटी. कुछ लोग लाइक यू एंड आई लक्ष्य बनाते हैं इन दैट क्लैरिटी कमिंग, बट टू वर्क टुवर्ड्स इट वी आर इमेच्योर. हमारा सिस्टमैटिक प्लानिंग, एग्जीक्यूशन, सैक्रिफाइसेस, दे आर नॉट देयर. Some other people do well and achieve, but the goals chosen are something of the temporary nature. ये बात है. सो बार बार दोहराना है, मेरा लक्ष्य परमात्मा मेरा लक्ष्य. बैठ गए तो इतना संस्कार वासना बाहर अंदर भीतर, यू हैव टू कीप ऑन सेंडिंग. नहीं तो क्या है, मेरा लक्ष्य सुख, अर्थ, काम, मेरा लक्ष्य इज भोग. Always that vasanas in the mind. How many lives it is doing it, we don't know. Always कुछ ना कुछ लक्ष्य को बनाता रहता है पाने की. And need not be a big लक्ष्य, a छोटा लक्ष्य के, as we just now said, today let me have a very good lunch. Now the time is 9. The very good lunch I must have. My lunch is at 2 o'clock. Now these 5 hours, the whole mind is gone for that. How to prepare, what to get, what to make. With you thought of it, you made a lakshya. Intellect is working. But how can be food be lakshya? जो मिला खा लो. Your lakshya should be how to today do my japa, my upasana. Like that it should be. But if you leave to ourselves, this is how we make the lakshyas. और ऐसे ही वो समय कंज्यूम होता है. The precious human life is consumed in these petty paltry things. That is the trick of the mind playing. And that's what it happens. That's what the mind does. That's what it is capable of. अब उसको ब्लेम नहीं करना, अपने दिमाग को लड़ाना. That's why intellectually being alert, what lakshyas I am making, what I am going for. And we guess way we are cheated by the mind is, हाँ हाँ परमात्मा ही आपका लक्ष्य है, बट फिलहाल तो थोड़ा सो जाओ, फिलहाल तो थोड़ा खा लो, फिलहाल थोड़ा घूम के आओ. तो the mind will tell us like this, like the children. मम्मा पढ़ूंगा ना मैं 10 मिनट, लेट मी सी सेल फोन. 15 मिनट, लेट मी गो एंड प्ले. The child says, मैं मना थोड़ी किया, I will do. but first this, first that. And by the time that study time comes, mother also is tired of telling him, she will sleep. Usko wahi to chahiye. When she is sleeping, he also sleeps now. Next day, the same thing. Every day he says, मैं पढ़ूंगा पढ़ूंगा. एंड शी से लोग कहा ना पढ़ने को चल 20 मिनट छोड़ते हैं उसको पहले तो 20 मिनट इल मेक 1 hour then in that he is tired now when the time of study comes he says tomorrow we are doing same thing prioritizing everything else is first to us Paramatma is last this is how we are cheated so effectively that we don't not even aware that we are getting cheated ये महामाया होता है today this is the second thing the third and last is what as we saw in our Bhagavad Mahapurana, a beautiful shloka it is. Ki yena kena prakarena harihi smartavyaha. By any of the upaya, do the smarana of the Hari. Yena kena prakarena. So there the topic was snehat, dveshat, bhayat, krodhat. Another topic came tasmat kenapi upayena manaha krishne niveshayet. Do you remember those beautiful golden days of our life where we used to study Bhagavatam every day? एक skanda, एक chapter, एक beautiful topics of one avatara, one of the devotees of the God. Really, मैं तो कभी कभी हैरान होता हूँ याद रख के कि क्या हम सब कर पाए ग्रेट इट इज दूसरे बात पे हैरान नहीं होते कि वो सब भूल गए दैट इज अवर जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार So, yena kena prakarena, somehow or the other, every how, somehow, anyhow, harismartavya. In the same way, strengthening Brahman as my goal and discovering the sadhanas to be done and do those sadhanas intensely by any mean and every means. किसी देवता को पकड़ो आप उनका इतना इंटेंस उपासना करो और उनको मांगो आई वांट दिस एनी गॉड सो टू एनी गुरु जो मिले आपको ठीक लगे उनको पकड़ो बट थ्रू हिम अगेन द ब्रह्म विद्या ओनली वी हैव टू स्ट्रेंथन एंड गेट सो टू एनी ग्रंथ यू होल्ड ये न के न प्रकार कोई भगवान को पकड़ो लेकिन वो चाहिए कोई भी गुरु को पकड़ो लेकिन वही चाहिए कोई शास्त्र को पकड़ो मतलब तत्व शास्त्र वेराइटी आर देर उसी को फिर पाने का ये न के न प्रकार है and among the known sadhanas any of the few sadhanas take up and keep on going towards it हमारा मन परमात्मा में टिकना है वो लक्ष्य है विच एवर द गुरु हेल्प्स थैंक यू टू यू टेक द हेल्प विच एवर द शास्त्र हेल्प्स अस टेक विच इज द देवता यू कैन वर्शिप विच एवर यू आर इंक्लाइंड टू आपका मन गणपति में लगा है तो उनको मांगो वही बात नमस्ते गणपति तो प्रत्यक्ष से प्लीज टेल लेट मी intensify my knowledge my sadhana I want to very urgently experience the beyond and any other obstacles remove. In spirituality, the obstacles are the Bahirmukata, the Vishayatva, only these are the ones. And all the helping things of Shraddha, the Bhakti, and ये सारे मांगते रहने से it will come. Hold on to any God but be on the path. Hold on to any Guru but be on the path. Hold on to any Grantha but be on the path. Hold on to any of these sadhanas but keep moving. लक्ष्य हमको होना चाहिए if you are lucky enough, if you have done our upasanas properly, the Lord Himself will come in the form of Guru और वो अपने हाथ पकड़ कर हमको ले जाते some lucky people have that no problem my Guru is guiding me I am very clear now goal is clear path is clear position of me is clear what to do is clear I am doing it also and I am seeing this what do you call them the milestones also I'm crossing them one by one and I'm sure that this is what's my next milestone and this much time I need to do these sadhanas and I will reach there also तो कुछ लोग बहुत किस्मत वाले होते हैं that comes because of simplicity humbleness purity No ego, no biasness, no cunningness in the mind, no crookedness, no comparison, no doubting the Guru. All these negatives nahi hai. Simple, humble, surrendered. The one who's like that. For them, such type of blessings come. That the Guru comes in life and quickly Guru takes charge and fully helps. इतना भी होता है कि गुरु डांटता भी है उसको अगर इफ दैट पर्सन इज नॉट डूइंग साधना एटसेट्रा आर गोइंग अवे एंड दैट्स नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ गुरु डज इट बट दिस पर्सन हैज गिवन टू गुरु दैट फ्रीडम है ना like if I don't give freedom to my guru how can he take charge and do what's done for me both essential very lucky people for them the journey is very short ना थोड़ा ही बचा बस फटाफट सारा रास्ता साफ हो जाता है दूर तय हो जाता है और लक्ष्य सामने दिखता है फॉर सच we have so many doubts so many inhibitions so many negativities all out of immaturity and ignorance when we replace the ignorance with the study with the knowledge through listening and study then those impurities when we remove replace them by the positivities we may also have the guru god to take us confidentially and guide us till that time कोई भी गुरु मिले कोई भी शास्त्र मिले कोई भी भगवान को पकड़ो अब उन्हीं की तरफ जाना है और ट्रुथ की तरफ ही जाना है सो येन केन प्रकारेण तत्व स्मर्तव्य इज थर्ड पॉइंट अदर देन तत्व प्राप्ति आत्म प्राप्ति इज नो मोक्ष second point within ourselves what's happening continuously monitor don't be victimized by the mind which does the three jobs of taking us away from the goal making the world as the goal makes us involved in the world same mind makes us feel sorrowful regretted guilty all of that has put in Taittiriya Upanishad in those two words if you remember in the Brahmananda Valli towards the end. What are the two things you remember? Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, kimahagam papam akaravam iti. Why did not I do the good and why did I do the bad? किमहगम साधु न अकरवम क्यों मैंने साधु काम नहीं किया एंड किमहम पापम अकरवम क्यों मैंने पाप किया रिवर्स ऑफ इट इज पाप क्यों नहीं छोड़ा मैंने साधना क्यों नहीं पकड़ा regrets guilt the mind goes on making it and again justifies कल का दिन सत्यानाश हुआ आज तो करो साधना थोड़ा करता है फिर अगेन समथिंग comes and pulls us away and we are unaware like intoxicated fellow we spend the whole day in that nonsense other than Paramatma pursuit. Again, the day ends. So, this is how no chance for a spiritual seeker to be inadvertent at any moment. That highest level of alertness and knowledge and sacrifice and practice, they are the only way. We are very infants. Slowly, slowly, let us gather all these great required strengths and qualities and enhance our sadhana and progress. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाजलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिसमस्तमन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा मातापितृदेशधर्म सनातनधर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशङ्करभाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः Can we chant from the mantras 14, 15, 16, 17? ॐ यथैव बिम्बं हृदयोपलिप्तं तेजोमयं भ्राजते तत्सुधान्तं तद्वात्मतत्त्वं प्रसमीक्ष्य देहि एकः कृतार्थो भवतेवीतशोकः यदात्मतत्त्वेन तु ब्रह्मतत्त्वं दीपोपमेनेह युक्तः प्रपश्येत् अजं ध्रुवं सर्वतत्त्वैर्विशुद्धं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः एषः देवः प्रतिशोऽनु सर्वाः पूर्वो ह जातः सौगर्भे अन्तः स एव जातः स जनिष्यमाणः प्रत्यङ्जनास्तिष्ठति सर्वतोमुखः यो देवो अग्नौ योऽप्सु यो विश्वं भुवनमाविवेश य ओषधीषु यो वनस्पतिषु तस्मै देवाय नमो नमः. Om. Friends, so the entire pranayama discussions are done. If you are inspired, if you have approached the Guru, started doing it, we are doing good. And even though we are studying the Advaita Brahmajnana, never feel bad that if we are at the lower level and if we are supposed to do the pranayama, the sadhanas, yoga, the sadhanas, nothing wrong because we are at that level. All these sadhanas only culminate us by qualifying us for the Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya Laksha. But I'm so lazy and lethargic, whole body is diseased and all. Obviously, the yoga asanas, the yoga sadhanas, the pranayamas, they're all to be done at that time. Keeping that ultimate goal intact, at whatever the stage we are, whatever is required, we should be ready to take it up and do. कोई ऐसा बुरा फील करने की जरूरत नहीं. Don't get misguided by both. The misguidance by the Vedantins is बस ब्रह्म को पकड़ो कुछ मत करो. अरे क्यों कुछ मत करे? I'm not qualified. I have to get ना. One misguidance. Other misguidance is from the other people of the yoga pranayam. वो कहते हैं यही करती जाओ जिंदगी भर. Remain very healthy by being a yogi and pranayami. अरे बेवकूफ जी क्यों रहा है? He is only for body or what? Then the life is for realizing the self. So that is the misguidance they give. And people live 80, 90 years very healthy by doing all of that. The question is, काय को? जी क्यों रहे हो? Bas only I'm healthy, eat well, very nice digestion. Anytime स्वामी 10 प्राणायाम में ज्यादा कर लेता हूँ, लेकिन जो भी मैंने ज्यादा खाया वही हो जाता है. I don't see that fellow's stupidity. He's not even thinking about the reality, the substratum. That's the misguidance there. We have to be careful from both. You know? That is why Shankara Bhagavan, taking the context into mind, he gave us those details. Now, the mantra 9 is Pranan prapedyeha sanyukta cheshtaha shine prane nasikayochhasita dushtasvayuktamiva vahamenam vidvan mano dharayeta pramattaha Pranan prapedyeha sanyukta cheshtaha क्षीणे प्राणे नासिकयोच्छसीत दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहमेनं विद्वान् मनो धारयेता प्रमत्तः. Yesterday we saw exhaustively this shloka's meaning without Bhashyam. Today we have to study with Bhashyam. So Vidwan apramattah bhutva manah dharayet. The wise person, by being absolutely alert, non-inadvertent, put the mind in its dharana in the truth or reality. Before that, this mind with senses is like dushta ashwamiva, uh, dushta ashwayuktam iva vaham is mana. Vaham means vehicle. Yukta means endowed with. Ashwa means horses. Dushta means very terrible horses. Untrained, uncultured, what do you call very erratic and very unruly horses. And what are the horses? Senses only. अनकंट्रोल्ड सेंसेस से द्वारा सेंसन रूपी घोड़ों के द्वारा जोता गया मन नामक रथ उसको पूरी तरह तो योगा प्राणायाम सेट करके देन अप्रमत्त होकर विथ एब्सोल्यूट अलर्टनेस धारयेत दैट मन शुड बी फोकस्ड ओनली ऑन परमात्मा. Before that, through pranayama, the body, the energy levels are managed. That's the meaning of pranan prapidyeha. Then kshine prane nasikayot shvasit. Much before this, the first sadhana always starts is from outside. The outer sadhana is samyukta cheshta. पहले संयुक्त चेष्ट होना है, फिर प्राणायाम से अपने शरीर प्राण का एनर्जी को इंटैक्ट करना है. देन जप उपासना के द्वारा ये दुष्ट घोड़ों को कंट्रोल करना है. Then the mind should be focused. Mind means antakarana, focused on the Paramatma. Mano dharayita apramattaha. Always the contemplation only on the truth. This, the one who knows all this perfectly and is able to do it, is called Vidwan. Then he will definitely get that result. और जब सब ठीक समझ कर करते हैं तो कौन रोकेगा हमको फल पाने से? Right? Very important this श्लोक actually. साधना के दृष्टि से, स्पष्टता के दृष्टि से. What Bhashyakara says, same mantra with Bhashya we study. So, pranan prapidya iha. Iha means on the spiritual path. As a sadhaka you are, when you have taken up that sadhana, realizing that this is possible only to a human being, and by chance or default, I am a Manushya now, let me achieve it. With that clarity. Pranan prapidya iha in this Manushya loka. Okay. The prana prapidanam bhashya Shankara Bhagavan has not given. Why? What he has done in the last 4 paras is that only. Total the prana shakti sanchaya by 2 sadhanas. First, nadi shodhana sambandhi pranayama. Second is actual pranayama. By these two, the pranan prapidya means uska पीड़ित करते नहीं. प्राण शक्ति को पूरा इन्वोक करके कीपिंग इट इंटैक्ट and using that pranayama sadhanas for purification of the entire nadis through that the body. So too the mind also brought to some concentration level, quiet level. प्राणायाम देखो बात क्या है ना, माइंड इज अनरोली, माइंड इज डिस्ट्रॉइंग अस, माइंड हैज टू बी कंट्रोल्ड फर्स्ट, ये हमको अंडरस्टैंड करना है, एक्सेप्ट करना है. Then for achieving it, all upavasas, all upasanas, all yoga sadhana, all pranayama, doing for that gives result. We are not realizing this fact that the mind is the only instrument which is helping, which is required for us for sadhana. And the same mind has become so indisciplined and uncontrolled because of its worldliness. Therefore, my mind have to pull away from the wrong channels. My mind have to put it towards the Lord. If this conviction is not there, we are not sadhaka. We have not understood sadhana. If you have understood it, then to achieve it only all this. प्राणायाम कहो, योग कहो, जप कहो, उपासना कहो, क्यों कर रहे हो? मन को शुद्ध बनाने के लिए, मन को एकाग्र बना, मन को निष्कल्मष, फ्रॉम द माइंड टू रिमूव ऑल वासनास ऑफ वर्ल्डलीनेस. I am doing all these things. Why is it? Only then the same mind I can engage through the listening and study of Shastras on the truth on contemplative seat. If you don't have that clarity, if that one point, if you are vague, that the samsara is in the mana, it has to be removed from that. Mana has to be applied to Paramatma. If in these things we are not convinced, the same mind becomes our enemy by its nature of projecting the objects, projecting the desires for the objects, raga dvesha for the object, and it goes on pushing us towards that only. That is what all jivas go through. Till they, by God's grace, Guru's grace, understand what we just discussed. Right? So, iha pranan prapidya means here, through the said pranayamas, fully making our Sharira Shuddha, Swasthata, more important is Antakarna brought to a good level of Shuddhi. Because when the pranayama topic discussed, first thing said by Sri Bhagavan Adi Shankarji, if you remember, is pranayama kshapita manomalasya chittam brahmane sthitam bhavati iti pranayama nirdishyate. By removing the manomala, by making the chitta shuddha, the pranayama helps the chitta to be focused on Paramatma. That's the meaning of pranaan prapidya. Let us not do any sadhana with vagueness, without clarity. And the clarity is only two things: purify the mind, direct the mind towards the Lord. The impurity of the minds are the raga, dvesha, kama, krodha. And Vedanta knowledge also required for it. What is it? The world is mithya, and in that mithya world, the mind only projects it. Mind only gives reality to it. Mind only makes us indulge and gives us little reflected happiness, makes us satisfied with that, and pushes us with more greed and trishna even to do the negative, to suffer tomorrow. इस सारा वेदांत का ज्ञान होना पड़ता, नहीं तो वी विल बी वेग इन आवर डूइंग. मूड अच्छा होता है, साधना किया, नहीं तो फंस गए. साधक कभी फंसता नहीं. दैट इज व्हाट साधना. व्हेन विल ही डू इट? Only when he's clear in his mind, in his picture. Clarity is this one. I have to realize the self, for that I have to use the mind. Now the mind is lost in the world with worldliness and impurity. That has to go away. Very important. Lot of examples I'm curtailing. Now, Bhagavan is explaining the next word, Sanyukta Cheshtaha. What do you mean by Sanyukta Cheshtaha? He says, Natyashnataha इति श्लोक उक्त प्रकारेण संयुक्ताः चेष्टाः यस्य सः संयुक्त चेष्टः. So natyashnatastu is the word of Bhagavad Gita, first word of a shloka. So as said in that shloka of that Gita ji by Lord Krishna, doing those sadhanas, the one whose chestas are samyuktaha, his entire days, schedules and movements are very well regulated and planned. He is called Samyukta Cheshta. Then what is said in Gita in the 6th chapter, in the 16th shloka, worthy of study. There Bhagavan very clearly says, very good hint. One of the very interesting, important hint, only mature people catch, others neglect. Bhagavan says there, Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantamanashnatah nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. So, na ati ashnatastu yoga asti. Ati ashna. Ati means extra, extreme, excessive. Ashnata means eating, consuming. ना अति अश्नतः योग अस्ति. अब जो खाएगा उसको तो नींद ही आती है. नींद आ रहा है मतलब इज रॉन्ग फूड इज ईटिंग और मोर फूड इज ईटिंग. न अति अश्नतः योग अस्ति. एंड न च एकांतम अनश्नतः. एकांतम इज एक्सक्लूसिवली. अनश्नतम इज नॉट एट ऑल ईटिंग. Then that also is not yoga. Will not help us in doing the yoga sadhana. Some people are there, बहुत भूखे रखते हैं. Then their mind is only on the food then. Or they become very tired and exhausted. So, na ati ashnatah yoga asti. By overeating also, yoga sadhana cannot be done. That's a ekantam anashnatah. Not eating at all will also not help in doing yoga sadhana. One set are told eating. ज़्यादा नहीं खाना, कम नहीं खाना. Then second one is nacha ati swapna shilasya. Ati swapna. Swapna here means nidra. Ati swapna shila means extremely sleepy. ओरिएंटेड टू द स्लीप. हो गया बस. और सुख निद्रा का मिल रहा है और कोई इसको डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर रहे हैं. Because he's the head of the family or whatever, so nobody is stopping him from within also. He is finding that joy, then he goes on sleeping throughout the day. अब वो बंदा जो सो रहा है, how can he be लायक for that yoga sadhana? So nacha ati swapnashila. The other extreme is jagratah naivacha Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, the one who is not at all sleeping. 3 घंटे 2 घंटे सो रहा है. His mind also, his body also will be troubled because sufficient rest is not given. He also cannot do the yoga sadhana. So, kam khao, zyada khao, kam sona, zyada sona. Both of them won't help us in doing yoga sadhana. Extremes will never help. Then immediately have to ask the question, the Lord, फिर कैसे करे? In the very next sloka, Bhagavan says, answer to the question, Yuktahara viharasya, Yukta cheshtasya karmasu, Yukta swapnavabodhasya, Yoga bhavati and Yoga dukkha bhavati. योग होता है और योग परमात्मा को दिलाकर दुख को दूर करने वाला बनता है. योगा भवति. One will be able to do yoga. Yoga dukkha bhavati. Then yoga can give him the ultimate reality in which there is a hani, the nasha, the destruction of the dukkha completely. Because in the achievement of Paramatma, the hetu sahita samsara goes away. So yoga bhavati, yoga dukkha bhavati. Yoga will be possible and it gives the result of dukkha nirvolana sukha prapti. But for whom? Yukta ahara viharasya. The one is moderate in the food, neither more nor less. Yukta viharasya. Vihara means is whatever the outer duties he has to do. Or any of the entertainments, etc. to relax a little bit. Yukta cheshtasya karmas. Second is the one is steadfast yukta in all his cheshtas karmas. Not putting 1,000 things on his head and lost in it. Some of us do that. We are very active, dynamic. हजारों चीज सर पे लगा लेते हैं and whole life is spent for that. See, because I'm active, dynamic, can do, the abilities are there. That doesn't mean that we have to do everything. We are spiritual seekers. हमें तो यहाँ का करना है. ये भी नहीं पता होता है हमको ना. So then all our very good heart, dynamism, सब ठीक ठाक है. But we use only for the so many things which put on our head. ये भी नहीं करना. So युक्त चेष्टस्य कर्मसु, गीता में भगवान कहते हैं whose चेष्टास and कर्मास are युक्त. The third is very important. Yukta swapna avabodhasya, who is very balanced in his swapna means nidra, avabodha means waking. जिन्होंने इस तरह से युक्तता ले आया अपने जीवन के निद्रा में, आहार में, एंटरटेनमेंट में एंड आल्सो इन हिज ड्यूटीज. फॉर सच पर्सन युक्त आहार विहारस्य योगा भवति, योगः दुःखः भवति. युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तचेष्टस्य योगः भवति. युक्तस्वप्न अवबोधस्य योगो भवति. योगः दुःखः भवति. वी विल बी स्टडीइंग दैट विथ भाष्यम, गीता का जब वो टॉपिक आएगा तो. So here Bhagavan says Sanyukta Cheshta means Natyashnatastu iti shloka ukta prakarena Samyuktaha Cheshtaha yasya Sanyukta Cheshta. Well balanced, no excesses. जितना रिक्वायर्ड है उतना कर रहे हैं. कम भी करो तो रिग्रेट गिल्ट, ज्यादा भी करो तो टाइम वेस्ट. सो इन दिस सच पर्सन स्व प्राणान प्रपीड्य इह संयुक्त चेष्टा हो गया. Then second one is what? Kshine prane naskayo chvasita. That is explained. What is it? Kshine shakti hanya tanutvam gate manasi. नासिकायाः पुटाभ्याम शनैः शनैः उत्सृजेत् न मुखेन. तो क्षीणे प्राणे मीन्स व्हाट? क्षीणे शक्ति हान्या तनुत्वम गते, है ना? When the prana becomes tanuta, as we said, when we are focusing the other higher sadhanas at the mind level, manomaya kosha level, our attention goes away from prana. Therefore, प्राण जितना चाहिए अंदर जीने के लिए वो ऑटोमेटिक भगवान की कृपा से हो जाता है. We need not. But before that, consciously we have to do the set pranayamas to achieve the required nadi shuddhi, arogya, and manasyanti. Okay. The second is what? While doing pranayam only, when the hair is held inside antah kubbaka, then the oxygen is used, consumed, burnt. No carbon dioxide has come, it has to be sent out. Therefore, naskaye uchvasita. Here we are explaining Kshine prana means what? The inner air taken as that prana, the oxygen. It has done its job. Now, okshina ho gaya. Nasikaya uchvasita, the impure air which has to be sent out to again take the fresh one inside. So here underlining is nasikaya uchvasita na mukhena. So don't do the pranayama with the mouth. It is only should be done through the nostrils. So kshine shaktihanya tanutvam gate manasi nasikayah putabhyam, from the nostrils shanai shanai utsrujetu, the vayu has to slowly left na mukhena. So this another meaning is what? The through the pranayama, the tamoguna is removed, the impurities are removed. Now uska काम हो गया. Now slowly the sadhana has to shift to the mind level. Therefore the breath is made very shallow. So either kshine pranami shanai shanai utsriyad mukhena. So even now we can feel, you can do consciously inhaling, exhaling exhaustively. Then rhythmatically with that matras. Then focusing the attention on the mind and mind's things, we can make the pranayama or the inhaling, exhaling happening very shallow and we are not even aware of it. We are aware of the mind and in the mind the tattva chintan. So, nasikayah putabhyam shanai shanai utsrije na mukhena. The exhale through the nostrils. Then, what is the meaning? He says, Vayum pradishtapya shanaihi nasikaya utsrujet iti. Simplify kar rahe. Vayum pradishtapya means having inhaled and sent the vayu to the entire body, tops to bottom. Once that is done, then through nasika, dheere dheere, उस वायु को छोड़ दो. This is all essence of the pranayama. Okay. Next one is the last important. दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहवेनम. न विद्वान मनो धारयेत अप्रमत्त इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट साधना. शंकर भगवान इतना ही कहते हैं कि उदात्त अश्वयुतम रथिनम रथ नियंतारम इव. उदात्तम is very arrogant. Ashram is horses. Yutam is yoked. Ratha niyantaram iva. The Ratha is yoked with the Udatta horses. The Ratha Niyanta, the controller of that Ratha, the charioteer. Like him, Mananena, with the Manana, Manaha Dharayeta. The mind has to be focused on. Naturally on what? Paramatma. Apramattaha, by not being inadvertent, with full awareness. So, Pranihita Atma, the one who has very well understood his goal and he wants to reach to that goal, he will have to control that horse, horse of Indriyas and the mind also focus it. तो भगवान खुद ही ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहे. He says that कठोपनिषद में इतना लंबा चौड़ा दिया, जा ले उसको पढ़ लो, उसको जाकर पढ़ो. Like that. What the idea we have understood. दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहमेनम विद्वान मनो धारयेत अप्रमत्तः. So Vidwan, by being apramatta, this mana, which is being pulled by the Dushtashvas, having controlled those Dushtashvas, he has to focus his mind on the dharana, on Paramatma Tattva, which is our own inner self. And here, how to do dharana when you ask? The whole text is going to teach that only. But from already heard things, the mana dharana is done by either you do it neti neti or by Panchakosha Viveka or Avastatra Viveka. You are already given. When we are studying new Upanishads, other thoughts, doesn't mean that the old are invalid. Already studied. अरे यार वही तो करना है साधना. पंचकोश विवेक, अवस्थात्रय विवेक, उसी को पकड़कर मन इन तीन अवस्थाओं के परे वाले वस्तु पे, पांच कोशों के अवय रहने वाले वस्तु पे mind has to attain. That's the meaning of manah dharayeta. Vidwan mano dharayeta apramattah mukta. Right? Now the same last line. Udatta ashvitam ratha niyantaram iva mananena mano dharayeta apramattah pranitatma. It needs some more discussion. 4-5 minutes or 10 minutes we'll do it. Then we enter into the 10th mantra, which talks about selection of the place for all this yoga sadhana that also plays its role. So the kindness of this Upanishad we can see all details minute to measure are given. It is our job to study. Remember that jnanam, use it and reach out. Om 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 Om. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमशिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you. Please join for Bhagavad Gita.